my Floss Tube friends, it's Carolyn, your stash sister, and it's time for another video. I know, it's been a hot minute since I made a video. It's been a couple of months, but life has finally gone to a point where I'm like, I can't procrastinate any longer. It's time to reconnect with all my friends in Floss Tube because, to be honest with you, I missed you. I missed your feedback. I love reading your comments. I just have missed sharing my love of stitching with you, so it's time to get back on the wagon and get this done. Anyway, it's been a busy 3 months. I think the last video I made was that field trip to Tanya Brockmeyer's, the Scarlett house, her home. Boy, was that fun. How fun was that? Did you all, if you didn't see that yet, I'm gonna make a link below and you need to watch that because that was a fun adventure to be able to be just around all that inspiring needlework. It was really cool, and I'm really excited for Market. Market will be here soon, beginning of March, and we're already starting to see a few sneak peeks. And by the way, just in case you didn't know, this is a video about cross stitching, a little bit about my life, and a little bit about real estate. Little real estate nuggets. I've been selling real estate for 18 years now, but I'm not counting. And I have some nuggets, and I feel like I want to share my nuggets with you, so I'm gonna share my little real estate nuggets along with cross stitch to you. So speaking of real estate nuggets, in the last couple of months, we were lucky enough, I feel so blessed that this happened. So my dad passed away about 3 years ago, and my brother lived with my mom, and that all went well, and then he got his own place, and she was not comfortable at home at night alone. So she drove him to my house. Now she lives on the north end of town. We live down, not a south end, but we live about 8 miles from her. So every night she would get in her car, she'd toddle on down to our house, and she'd spend the night, which is fine, and it worked really great until she can't drive anymore. Now we have a problem. So I had been really pondering and thinking, like, how do we do this? I don't have a big enough house for all of us to live together because I don't have it set up like that. And but I wanted her, I knew she needed to be closer, and I wanted her closer. So the house across the street from us became available, and we knew them, and we knew who the guy that they hired to do the selling of the house was a friend of ours. So I just jumped right on there. That's what you need an agent who's just gonna jump. It didn't even go on the market. I jumped on that. I wrote a contract on that. We got that under contract, and we sold her house in North Mesa, and we got it all closed. And as luck would have it, she closed and moved the week of Thanksgiving. Isn't that how it always is? Like, all my kids came home for Thanksgiving. I have a house full of kids, grandkids, mattresses, beds everywhere, and we're moving my mom across the street. But it worked out perfect because we had all these extra hands and all this extra help, and we got her settled in, and she's all settled now, and it's just great because she's only 60 feet away. So we still spend our nights together. She still sleeps over here, but she has her own place that is really darling and cute, and it's just been such a blessing to have her so close. So sometimes things work out like that. When you have a gut feeling about a move, like we're gonna need to move or we need to change things up, follow that gut feeling. Get somebody working with you and for you that you trust, and they'll make it happen. And that's how I feel like it happened with my mom's house. We made it happen. I knew that we needed to get her moved, and boom, 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 boom. Sold her house, we moved her. I honestly, at the first, I don't think she was very excited about it, but I said, too bad. You're moving, you're living across the street, we're selling your house. But it's all worked out really well. So, second little real estate. If you don't care about real estate, just forward. But the second little real estate nugget that has come up, here in Mesa, it's really popular. People have those Ring doorbells. Do you know what they are? Like you ring the doorbell and then their phone rings and they see that you're at the front door and they can, you know, see who's there, like friend or foe. Shall I open the door? Shall I not open the door? Well, some of those, I don't know if all of them do, but some of those have microphones on them and they can hear what you're saying. So I always try really carefully because you never know. People have cameras everywhere these days. So I just always try to be very positive when we're in a house. Make it be a total dump and completely trashed. And you just say, well, that's interesting. Isn't that nice? Well, alrighty then. And you walk out because you never know if there's cameras somewhere catching every word you're saying. So there have been instances where people walk out of the house after somebody has seen it and they're standing close to the door and they're either saying, we love the house, we want to buy the house, you know, really positive things, or they're saying, what a dump, I can't believe it's on the market, it's overpriced, and really negative things. In either way, you may, I don't know for sure if you are, but you may be being heard by the people selling the house. So always be positive, be nice, and if you're going to do any serious negotiating with your agent, don't do it with an earshot at the doorbell. Go to your car because you don't want them to, you know, part of the negotiating process is being able to come in with things that are in your best interest, not the best interest of the person who's selling the house. So that's a little nugget on that. So anyway, my stitching has been hit or miss. I love my stitching, but I feel like I have all these gigantic pieces started and nothing finished. But I do have some small things finished. So let's get right to the stitching. Let's get to what I worked on during the Christmas time. And so I just want to share a few finishes. I got a couple, like one little tiny ornament finished, and then I've been working on some other things. So I'm trying to expand a little bit and stitch on things that aren't like my normal. So I've tried some 32 count linen. I haven't stitched on 32 count linen forever. I did convert it to princess floss because then I still can only use one thread. I have stitched on some 36 count. I tried some new threads. I've stitched little ornaments. So let's get to work. Let's get this happening. Okay, see this cute little ornament? Oh. This was a freebie from Scarlett House, and I changed it up. These are our two little doggies. We had a little white doggie named Lola, and a little Cocker Spaniel named Sweet Pea, and she was kind of golden and white. So whenever there's doggies in a pattern, I will always change them to Sweet Pea and Lola. It's just how we go. And then this was really fun to stitch. I've gone to, I don't know if any of you do that. So sometimes I have a hard time reading a pattern. So I've gone to scanning it and putting it in Google Docs and then pulling it up on my phone or my iPad while I stitch. And that way I can blow it up and make it really big so I don't get lost or a headache or confused or the wrong color or whatever. It really helps in the not making a lot of mistakes. So you see this little coverlet down here? I thought it was plaid. So I was talking to Tanya and I said, man, that plaid on the bottom, that is no joke. That really took concentration. So I'm talking to her on the phone like, man, that plaid is no joke. She goes, it's not plaid, it's a coverlet. Well, excuse me, but I don't know my coverlets from my plaids, but apparently this is coverlet pattern. So you know what I did? I had to Google it because I don't know what a coverlet looks like. My tastes are not that sophisticated. So I Googled coverlet. Sure enough, this is the coverlet pattern, and it's adorable, and I love it, and I love the chart. It's 40 count vintage country mocha, which, by the way, let me show you. This is awesome linen. It's not hand dyed. I think we talked about this in a previous video. It's silk screened. But boy, when you stitch, how cute. Everything, I'm going to use it again because I think it's a great linen. It's one of those linens you could put in your stash, like buy a stitcher's quarter of it, 28 by 18 I think is the size of it, and keep it in your stash. And it comes in all the counts. It comes in 40 count, 36 count, 32 count, 28 count, and one of the 80 counts. I'm not sure which 80 count, don't quote me on that, but it comes in 8 too. So it's like fabric for everybody. It's awesome, and I love this design, and someday I'll finish it into an ornament, probably next Christmas. But anyway, thank you, Tanya, for the freebie. We appreciate it. I give you a hard time, but you know I love you, right? So my next thing I stitched on, so this was a step out of the ordinary for me because it's not Princess Floss. So I got this pattern, this cranberry Christmas pattern. I loved it so much. It just looked really festive and fun. It's by, excuse me, Hands On Design. So she calls for and uses these sulky threads. I put them back in the box so that they weren't like all falling out of my hands. I put them back in the box. But they're sulky threads. They're cotton thread. It's a 12 weight. So what is that, like 12 pearl cotton? I don't know. It's like a 12 weight. Let me show you. And they come on this neat little spool. And can you see here? Probably can't see that. One moment, please. Okay, here we go. See? But it's one strand. Now you know me. I will do anything to avoid stitching with 2 strands. I don't like it, I don't enjoy it, and I say a lot of naughty words. So no stitching with 2 strands. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna give this a try. People who've said that they've stitched with it, I really, really like it. But I wasn't a big fan. I didn't really want to stitch it on 32. So I found a piece of, hang on. Okay. So what I found was a piece of 36, this 36 count. It's called Summer Khaki. It's a standard linen. You can get it anywhere. And how pretty is that? Of course, true to form. True to form. I am nothing if I am not consistent. I am 7/8 of the way done, and I put it away. That's my talent. That's my talent. 7/8 of the way done, I put it away. But I love the thread. I love the thread. It's so smooth. It doesn't knot. If you love stitching with 1 strand, and on 36 count, you're not like a super fan of cotton. I mean, silk stitches on 36 count fabulously, but some people like 2 strands of threads on 36 count in the cotton thread. Nope, switch to this. See how? Okay, let's see that. Isn't that cool? Super cool. I love this thread, this silky thread. So thank you, Kathy Haberman of Hands On Designs, for stepping out of the box and using this thread on this pattern. And I hope you do it on lots of other patterns because I think it's a winner. It's a winner. This is cool stuff. And I love this. And I need to finish. But I'm almost done, so hey, let's put it away, start something else. Alrighty then. What else have I been working on? Ooh, okay. It's time to get out the silk. See, I zoomed through that cotton stuff. I was like, okay, that's it. We're done with cotton. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to put on the tiara and talk about the silk, because that's why we're all here, right? Alrighty then. let me share with you. Oh, I have some really fun shares. Some fun silk shares. So, we're going from 36 count linen. Ooh, it's a little crazy here. So I got my hair cut last week. And boy, those bangs, they're a little short. I have curly hair. So I like blow dry it. I just like blow dry, hot irons, flat. I mean, I just like submit. What is that? Like, get those. It's not pretty curly hair. It's like, boo. So, boy, those bangs. Sorry, I digress. Alrighty. I wanted to jump into the pond of the teeny tiny linen. And so this is this cute design by Stacy Nash. This little pink heap. I loved it when I first saw it, and I thought, oh, that's gonna be so cute. Little. So I found a piece of, at the shop, at the attic. We have lots to choose from in the 56 count. This is called Confederate Gray. It's dyed by Weeks Dye Works, and Weeks has the coolest colors. They have great colored linen, and they have gone to dyeing linen on the Zweigart base, which is the same base as like the vintage country mocha that I showed you. It's a great linen. So this is their Confederate Gray. This is the beginning of this, the border, and it's really not bad to see. Not at all. I stick it in a hoop, and you can't stitch on it when you're too tired, but I stick it in a hoop. I can really see it really well, and it's humming quite along. And so the silks that you use, there's a couple of different kinds of silks. I have heard, but I haven't stitched with the Veriswa 100/3. It comes in a spool. It's twisted silk. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful silk. I hear that works really well on this. There's another, it's like the baby sister to the 100/3 silk, the little baby sister, called Soie Surfine, and it's just a fine silk. And then there is the Tudor silk, and this one comes from Gloriana, and that's what I converted this. And this is a perfect project if you're debating, like, do I want to jump into the silk pond? I'm not sure. Do I want to jump into the teeny tiny linen pond? I'm fine, send me 32. No. Here, pick a piece with 4 or 5 colors. It's not a huge financial investment. Little teeny piece of linen, and give it a try. So here's the Tudor silk I chose. This I pulled out of it. So see how it's just so fine. It's actually, what I'm finding this time as I'm stitching with it, it's a very delicate silk. So use a 18-inch length. Not much long, no longer than 18 inches, because it will fray and kind of disintegrate. So, but it's a very fine silk, and I love the colorways. I just love, I mean, anything Gloriana does, I'm all over it. I love the colorway. But here's how the Tudor silk comes. Let me show you. So it comes, see? And it's just very fine. And so you use a smaller needle. You use a number 10 or 12, but 10 is my favorite. A number 10 tapestry point beading needle, and it's small like a cross stitch needle. It's not those long, you know, when I hear beading needle, it's like, I'm gonna impale myself, because sometimes when you have those beading needles, they're like this long. Like, I'm gonna hurt myself. But the number 10, let's see if I have one in here. Okay, hang on. Okay, here's the needle. Can you see? It's just a normal needle, but it's thin. And the reason that it works so well is when you are done, I mean, you could probably use a 28, but the problem is when you're done and you need to run under, that 28 is too thick, it won't fit. So this is the perfect needle for that. And I am really enjoying this. I would like to get this done sooner than later. So it's really fun. And the silk. The silk is really, well, you know, that goes without saying, right? Alrighty. Then my next silk project. How many of you seen this online? This is an exclusive chart sold exclusively to the attic right now. We're currently waiting a restock, and it's called Little Birds. And they did this special for our event last November where they came in, Alma and Barb came and taught, and they brought this chart that says a special. And it's so beautiful. But, and here's why I loved it, because at the time that they brought it, there's two houses, and see how they're right across the street from each other? See how can you see the two doggies? See the doggie? Little Sweet Pea and Lola. And then the two houses across the street, and we were in the process of getting my mom moved across the street. And so that really just spoke to my heart, because here we are. And there's my house, there's my mommy's house. And so in this cartouche in the middle, which I think is totally customizable. There it is. Do you ever do that? Do you ever like little words, like you know the word that you want to come out of your mouth, and you feel like there's a little squirrel up there going through the Rolodex? Customizable. That's the word. So, and I'm going to customize it there. Something about mothers and daughters. I don't know. Can't figure it out. But I love this sampler, and it's this big. This sampler is no joke. But I'm determined to finish it someday. Maybe not right away. So here's the silks. I'm going to share with you the silks. This is the called for linen. It is Heartland by Picture This Plus. This is 40 count. Here's the beautiful silk. Oh, look at that one. Okay, my two favorite colors in this conversion that so far that I've stitched with are this one. It's called Fireside, and it is a rusty red. That looks beautiful. And then this one, Persian Jade by Dinky Dye. Oh, look at those. Sorry, there you go. And I really am enjoying the Dinky Dye. Price point wise, they're really affordable, and they're hand dyed, and they have a teeny littlest bit of twist to it, so they don't, I think they wear really well as they're going through the linen. I really enjoy that. So that's the precious silk for Little Birds. This is the fabric. Now, I wanted to start down here in the corner. Here's the corner, because I love this little curly Q, and I wanted to get to those houses. I always start in the top left-hand corner. Don't know why, it's where I start. But then there's usually alphabets, and then I get bogged down in the alphabets. I'm like, pfft. So I put it away and start something else, right? Like we all do. So this time I decided, nope, I'm starting at the bottom. I'm going to start where all the fun stuff is, and I'm gonna go to town. So I started that, and have you ever just tried to start something and it's just not coming together like you wanted to? I mean, I really wanted to like be having the time of my life, and I started and I picked it out, and then I started, and then I thought maybe I need a different color, because why am I struggling? And so I started, and I don't like that either. I was just having a hard time. Like maybe in my life I was having a hard time, and it was translated into my stitching. I don't know. So I thought, well, what can I do to have more fun? Because I love this linen. This is really beautiful linen, and I have a giant piece of it, and I wanted to make it work. So I was thinking about it, and I was digging through my stash, digging through my closet, looking for something else. And I came across this. This is 40 count. And then in my closet, I came across this, and I went, that's it. That's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to change the linen. So I found, this is in my stash. Don't get mad at me if you can't find it at the store. Maybe you can. This is a piece of Lakeside, 46 count. Just make it smaller. If you're not happy with it, just put it on smaller linen. That's all it needs. So, look. I love it. I love it. And that flat, look at that red. Here, I'll get it close so you can see. I love it. So, but I love it on the called for linen. But I was just really having a struggle. So this was in my stash. It's a half yard of Lakeside vintage pecan butter. So here's what I say. If you're shopping at a needlework store, you're traveling, and you see Lakeside, buy it. Just buy it. Like, just buy it, because it's hit or miss in the shops, and just buy it. That's all I'm going to say about that, because you never know when you're going to be stitching on a piece and you're going to love the piece and really want to make it work, and you don't know when you're going to be digging through your stash and come across a piece of linen that's going to be the perfect fit, and it's going to be Lakeside. So do it. Just buy it. Who needs to eat, right? Just eating's overrated anyway. That's my princess project. This one right here. This is my princess project, and I am loving it. I love the design. So hopefully the charts will be restocked in no time, and we'll get them all out. I know there's people that are waiting, so we're waiting. As soon as we have them, you'll have them, because that's our goal. We want everybody to be happy. All right, alrighty then. My next thing I want to talk to you about is my other princess project that I got. I started this last year, and then I put it away, like I put everything away, and it was Christmas, and I really wanted, so I'm debating whether to tell you this, because I know you all think I'm a snob about the whole silk and the linen thing, and I am. So I had been working on ornaments, and I had been stitching with the cottons, and I had been doing the free ornament. I'd been stitching with, and I really was enjoying myself, but I found myself really struggling to want to pick up my needle and thread. So I thought I just need to pull out a silk project, because I just need to do that. And if you hate me, that's on you. That's not on me. But I just thought I just need to get back to my silk, because I'm really missing my silk. I was missing my samplers. I just felt like I was missing my girls, my sampler girls, my samplers, my silks. And so I pulled out this project. This is another silk project that I have that I love. This is, and I got my juju back. Like, I got my mojo back. I got my stitching juju back. Then I was like, this is it. This is where I belong. These are my people. These are my threads. These are my people. It's just how it is. So I pulled out the Noel sampler. It's a older design from Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. It's a Noel sampler. I love it. And I just got her out and started stitching, and all was right with the world again, because we were back working with silks, stitching on our samplers. So I want to share with you, this is a project roll-up. Ooh, let me, oh, sorry. Hang on. Okay, this is the roll-up. Have you guys seen these? We have them at the attic, and Beth, our finisher, she makes these roll-ups, and they're custom made. She makes every part of the roll-up, like the dowel. Okay, here, I have it tied. Look, isn't that beautiful? And then she has, I want to show you, this is another one. And the inside and the outside fabrics are so beautiful. And every button, I'm fired. Like, no more Vanna duties for you. Okay? She always has like 2 buttons, and they always match. And the end of the balls, see, they match the ribbon. And it's all custom done. They're beautiful. And then they have longer ones. I mean, you could really customize. She's done a couple of custom ones. See how this one's bigger? And this is fabric so similar to Lalique is the artist. He was a stained glass artist, and she saw this fabric. She was telling me about it, and she said that reminded her so much of the Lalique stained glass windows. And she had this Paris fabric, and he was from Paris, the artist. See, there's like so much thought that goes into her project rolls. And so she found this beautiful lining fabric that was Parisian, had little, Paris references, and she paired it with the, it's upside down. She paired it with the stained glass looking Lalique things. And so that she just puts in a lot of thought. So I have in my roll-up, actually this is Beth's roll-up. So she's the finisher at the attic. She does beautiful work, beautiful. If you are needing a finisher, just reach out and have her do your work. So here is so here's the point of a roll-up. Here's what a roll-up does. It keeps your projects from getting all wrinkly and weird. Isn't that lovely? Look how fun those colors are. Oh, sorry. So that's my progress on the Noel sampler. And it just gets rolled up so it stays nice and neat, pressed. So the roll-ups are pretty cool. Anyway, that sampler pulled me out of my funk, and I was really happy to be able to get out of my stitching funk. And then also to match, Beth also makes these little wallets. How cute are these? So they open up like this, like this. So there's a pocket for a corner gauge. There is a place for your scissors, and they tie. Now I know that nobody would even notice this, but I want you to see how on the end there's a button on both sides, so you don't see any loose ends. So you put your scissors in and you give them a tie, and there they are, nice and safe in a little scissor place. There's a place for your needles. Or I thought this is like felt. I thought if you just had a project that was only one color and you could use this it would hold your threads. They would be nice and safe right there. So it's a place for your pins, and then in this bottom pocket right here, is how cute is that? It's a little word catcher. So this is like your little sewing tool case on the go. Everybody needs one. I think that's adorable. And then when you're done, you just fold it up and put it back away in the little pocket. And then you stitch it up. Then you fold it up. It closes. There you go. So and what she can also do is she can also make them to match the roll-ups. See? And she's kind of a perfectionist, because if you notice this one, when it closes, you see that? Matches. I would have never thought of that. That's why I don't finish. So these are some of her samples. And also, I think she would probably do custom stuff if you had fabric that you wanted her to put stuff together. Black and white. And every single one comes with the little Ort catcher. You put your own scissors in, you put your own little corner gauge in, but the little Ort catcher it comes with. So I just love it. What I love is there's so many people that are so creative, and they, like, this is all her own design. Like, she didn't use a pattern, she didn't go on Pinterest. It's her own design, and she thought it up, figured it out. And it's just really fun. I love that in this business, there's so many encouragers. I call, we just encourage each other, and we support each other, and we want each other to be successful. So I love that. So if there's anything you need, a roll up or a wallet, reach out. We'll hook you up. Okay, let's see. What's next? Oh, I want to do an all red sampler. So I found this pattern. I haven't started this yet. I found this by Pineberry Lane, and I love it. It's called Marie Jornet. And in my eye, okay, do you see? So it's all red, but there's some right here. This little pops of color. In my eye, I was at work at the shop at the attic, and I would pass by this pattern multiple times a day. It was just hanging there, and I thought, I love that, because I love the little pops of color right here. They're awesome. So I decided that's it. That's gonna be I'm gonna follow the rules, right? Laura break the rules. Follow the law. The law is you have to have a red sampler. Okay, I'm following the law, but I need a little pop color. So I was just standing by the silks, and I saw this beautiful red, which is Pomegranate by Gloriana. But there's lots of beautiful reds in lots of different brands, but this one, I just thought, well, I like that. That's nice. And then for that little pop of color, I'm going to add this Dinky Dye color. And this, doesn't that look like the picture? Now, come on. That looks like the picture. So after the fact, I opened the pattern, and it's brown. Brown? That doesn't look like a brown. I'm not changing it to brown. We're gonna zhuzh that up with a little bit of seafoam green right there. That's what we're doing. So forget the brown. So I found in my stash a piece of Meadow Rue. Oh, the thread ring. We have these at the shop, and we get these in. I bought this, I guess, over the summer, I think. But it was a little red track. So my little red sampler has a little red track. And this is a piece of Meadow Rue. 40 count. 40 count Meadow Rue. I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm following the rules, following the law, having a red sampler, giving a little pop of color. Brown. That's not brown. Anyway, not at my house anyway. It's not brown. So, I think I got through it all. Now, I have a little bit more stash. Like, I don't know that I have a lot of stash, because when I get my projects, there's a lot of stash. But I did find, this is what I mean, ladies, when you're at the shop and you see Lakeside, grab it. Just buy it. And don't get the little teeny piece. by the Stitcher's Quarter. You'll thank me. Anyway, this is a piece of fawn, 46 count fawn that I bought a while back. And then I do have a couple of patterns. I'm not a memorabilia stitcher. I've never stitched a memorabilia, but occasionally one comes along and you're like, ooh, that's really cool. So I bought my second. I have another one in the drawer that I bought years ago, but I bought my second memorabilia pattern only because ever since this came out, I look at this picture and I say, this girl is my alter ego. Yeah, look at her. Standing there in her big poofy dress with ribbon and jewels and beads just dripping all over the room. Yep, that's my alter ego. And she has a tiara on. So, I don't know how I'm going to stitch her because I'm going to want to put her in some shiny silk. And there's a lot of colors, so I have to figure that out. But I think she's beautiful. It's called Christmas in London. That's my alter ego. Yep, that's my alter ego. I would like to say that I am demure and quiet, but nope. Here I am. That's me. With just ribbons and crap everywhere. And then I also bought, this is an old sampler, but it's a new to me sampler, and it's the Crown Bird by Plum Street. They've had it, it's been out for a while, but right now there's a few people stitching it on Instagram, and every time I see it stitched, I think, man, I love that. I love that. So I added that to my stash. And this is Elizabeth Haxton. She's done by the Marking Sampler, and we were able to get these at the attic. So Jean does have a source, and we can get it. And so give us a call, reach out. We will see what we can do. And then I got this little wee Santa. It's how cute is he in those plaid pants? He's my guy. Look at that. His plaid pants, his little bald head. I don't know when I'll stitch him, but I thought he was adorable. So anyway, let's see. What else do we have here? I think I found another floss ring. We have these in the shop, and I bought one. It says Hope. They're really reasonable, $10. So I love the whole, you know, zhuzhing up your stitching with jewelry. Now, I have been blessed enough in my life to have a friend who was getting rid of some of her stash, and she gifted me some charts. So I'm gonna share. So hang on just one sec. Okay, I'm doing a giveaway, and these are 2 charts that are no longer in print. The designer has not designed for quite a while, but I wanted to share because I was so generously, somebody shared with me, and I want to pass it along and share with you. So the first chart is called Bittersweet Farm by Hillside Samplings. And the second chart is Quaker Diamond by Hillside Samplings. Both of these are by Hillside Samplings. I stitched a few of their designs in the past, and I have a collection, but I just wanted to share. So if you would like to be considered for either one of these charts, please, in your comment, just comment either Quaker Diamond or Bittersweet Farm, and I'll pick a winner, and then I can share the kindness that was shared with me. I want to share with you. All right, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for being here today. I love this community. I love the kindness that you ladies share with me in your comments. When you come to visit Arizona, you come into the store, you're all just so kind, and I appreciate that. And I know that other floss tubers appreciate it also, because we have a very loving, giving, and kind community that we deal with. And for that, I thank you so much. So until next time, which I promise will be sooner than 3 months, be well, take care, enjoy stitching. Bye-bye, everybody.